Good morning, everybody. This is Lynette. Welcome to 13 Moons Homestead. Let's go check out the studio today. So if you've been watching our videos, you've seen that I've started doing a series of kind of before videos on all of the different structures and areas of our homestead that we need to work on. We purchased this property in September of 2018. It's now about mid-December of 2018, and this property has probably 3 to 5 years of deferred maintenance, enough that we need to fix things before we can properly use them, but not so much that they're really breaking down. So this building is the last actual building on the property. It was advertised as an RV garage. You can see the doors in the center are quite tall and large. We will probably be using this building as my personal dye studio for my personal business, which is dyeing yarn and fiber, and maybe a portion of it just for a workshop, since it was kind of set up inside that way to begin with. You can see also off to the side here there is kind of a beat up old dog kennel, and then it actually goes into a run, and they advertised it as a dog run. It's quite a large fenced area off to the side there, and the entire floor of it is coated in gravel, like it's squishy to walk on, and it's on a slope. I don't know that we need a dog run that big. We will have dogs once we have livestock, but even before we have livestock we will have dogs, but I don't know that this will be the way we want to keep them, and I think we can probably use that space better in another way. But let's come up here and look at it a little closer. So here is the dog kennel. The ground inside, there are some stall mats in there, but also some pavers, and the ground is quite lumpy. We have a mole problem here, and I think they really tore it up in there. I don't know if we'll keep this kennel right here. If we do, it probably won't be for dogs. It'll probably be, it might actually work for chickens, but we need to level out the floor and make it different. You can see it can support a cover of some sort, so it depends on what we're putting in there, how we use that exactly. There is also this old dog kennel here, which I think if cleaned up, certainly it can work for a dog, obviously, but also could probably work for, small goats or something like that if we need it to. I don't know that we will, because we do have a barn. So it's got to be useful one way or another. It doesn't look like it is something that needs to be thrown away, so we will clean it up and save it for sure. There's even, watering bucket there. There's a big old dog dish. You can see here's the gate. And we have it kind of pulled shut here just so large animals don't wander in, but I'll take this down and show you in here the size of this yard. So you can see if the fencing goes down quite far across the back. There's a gate back there. It looks like there's a hot wire around the top bar, and let's see if I can walk over here. There's kind of a lot of like bricks and stuff just kind of thrown in the yard out here, so we definitely have to fix that. And there's underneath all this vegetation growing up and the leaves that have fallen. Oh, look at that very cool tree. Gosh, I just love the Pacific Northwest. It's all gravel. It's very squishy to walk on. I don't know if gravel is appropriate for any livestock, or even dogs for that matter. There is also a gate back here, and it lines up with the gate down there, which lines up with the driveway. We think this may have been a drive-through spot to the back here, because something you can't see because it's completely overgrown with weeds is that there is a gas tank up there somewhere. But this is quite a large yard, and even if we have dogs, this would be way too much for it, so we need to find another way to use this space. And then here is the side of the building that we're calling the studio building. This will most likely end up being a studio. Let me bring you back up here, and we'll go see the inside. So stepping inside here, this building right now we are using partially as a workshop. We have some of our supplies stacked around, and partially as storage. We're not completely out of, we're not unpacked in the house. Let me bring you back here and show you. This workbench here, this was here, it's built in. There's a bunch of stuff that was left here. So there's tires, there's a variety of tools, some garbage cans here I've been afraid to look in, some cabinets, pegboard. All of the tools you see here except for the power tools were left here. These are some of the doors from the house because we're renovating, and some of my show equipment. The white painted shelf there was left here. It was sitting in the garage and we brought it out here. You can see the ceilings are quite high. Not high enough for a second floor, but high enough for maybe a loft. All of that material up there, whatever it is, that was left here. The pipe wrap was left here. There's a bench. The white painted bench goes all along the back wall, the entire length. All of the construction material over on that side. Let me see if I can take you around another way and show you. This is all our storage from moving. Some of this construction material in front is what we're working with for our current renovation project. Everything back here, all of that wood, wire, piping, all of that wood, all the attachments for the lawn tractor itself, fencing, all of that stuff was all left here. And there's rope over here. There's actually, this I don't know what to do with. There is a gas pump in here that goes to the gas tank that's outside. We don't need or want it, so we're still considering whether it's something we should keep or figure out how to get rid of. This is if you walked in the big doors, this is what you would see. This is the center. And I can turn around and show you these big doors. Let me see if I can. Yeah, not simple for me to open them by myself. I'll have to show on another video, or I think I might have a picture of them open from the outside before we put stuff in here so you can see the space better. Another cabinet right here. I don't know if we've even opened that one yet. The floor in here is concrete, and there is just one window and the one man door and then the big center doors. So let's come outside and I'll show you from the outside again. So here we are back outside, and you can see how large those doors are. So the dog yard and kennel to that side. This side is very grown up with weeds and shrubs, and we need to clean it out just to keep rodents and snakes away from the building, but also because we might actually want to use the space along that side of the building. And then all of this area under the trees we're hoping to get cleared out. It's mostly starting to grow up with raspberry bushes and not real usable, so we're hoping to fix that. And then you can kind of see way back there in the background the blue tarp. That is back where, if you watched the video on the garden before, and I'll link that video, that is the back of where the garden will be, where the covered kennels are that need to be removed. So that gives you a general idea. There's the side of well, technically it's the front of the house, but it doesn't face the driveway. It goes up to the garden area, or the backyard area. Up here is where I took a lot of the beginning of the garden videos, up there going around the back, and then back around there to where the garden space is. So that gives you a good idea of what the studio building looks like from inside and outside. It was advertised as being about 26 by 26. I haven't measured, but that seems about right. We're hoping there's some electric there now just for the lights. It's not nearly as much as we would need either for a workshop or for my dye studio. So we definitely need to have a new panel put in, and quite a lot of outlets run for that. The biggest challenge right now is we've had an electrician out to do an estimate, and we've also had a plumber out to do an estimate because my business requires water. And the plumbing is going to be the biggest challenge because there's not any there already. And running plumbing to the building is not the issue, it's the drainage away. And unfortunately, the septic tank, we're still investigating, is clear on the other side of the house and the other side of the driveway. To connect into that from here would mean digging up the driveway and installing an additional 4-inch pipe into the septic tank. That's probably not going to happen. So we need to find a way to either needs to have its own septic tank or some other water solution. If you have any ideas, please share. And drainage solution also. So this has been kind of put on hold, and right now we're trying to set up space in the garage as a temporary solution for my dye space, which actually also poses problems because there's also no drainage from there, but it is closer to the septic tank and on the correct side of the house. So we may have some options there to do that. If you have any ideas, please let me know. I'm investigating dry wells and gravity feed systems and all kinds of things to try to make this building work because it's got the size that we need. So thank you for coming along and checking out our studio before footage, and comment below. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. Please share, subscribe, and come back and see us again. And I will link some of those other videos that I talked about so you can catch up and get a better idea of some of the things we've been talking about. Thanks for coming along.